Let's talk about 3 a.m. You know the show. The one that starts right after your head hits the pillow. It's the late-night premiere playing on that mental projector inside your skull. Tonight's feature might be a highlight reel of every awkward thing you said in that meeting. Or maybe it's a trailer for 100 different worst-case scenarios all starring you. The room is quiet, but your mind is a roaring thunderstorm. You feel that familiar tightness in your chest, that frantic energy of a hamster on a wheel, running nowhere. This isn't just thinking. It's emotional noise. It's the static that jams the signal of your own peace. But what if you had a volume knob for that noise? A mental kill switch engineered not by modern tech, but by ancient wisdom. The Stoics were the original masters of inner tranquility. They built a system for cutting through the static, and today I'm going to share their toolkit with you. This is how you stop the internal storm and become the calm eye at its center. So where do we start? We start by building a fortress inside your own mind. The Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius talked about his inner citadel, a place of refuge he could retreat to at any moment, no matter the chaos outside. This isn't about building walls to keep life out. It's about creating a watchtower so you can see things clearly. The core insight is this: you are not your feelings. You are the space that holds them. That anxiety, that anger, that frustration, it's just weather passing through your sky. You are the sky, vast and untouchable. Here's the hack: the scientist and the cloud technique. Next time a strong emotion rolls in, don't fight it. Just label it calmly, like a scientist observing a phenomenon. Say to yourself, that is the cloud of anger. Or, I am now observing the feeling of impatience. By naming it, you're not being it, you're watching it. This simple act creates a sliver of space between you and the feeling. I remember getting an email that felt incredibly unfair, and my heart started pounding. My first instinct was to fire back a furious reply. Instead, I paused and whispered, "Okay, the Hulk is in the room. I see him." Sounded silly, but it worked. I could see the anger as a separate energy, a big green cloud, and from that viewpoint, I could choose how to respond instead of just reacting. In that space, you find your power. Alright, now that you have your watchtower, you need to decide what's actually worth your attention. Most of our mental noise comes from trying to command things we have absolutely no power over: the traffic, the weather, what someone else thinks of you. It's like trying to shout at the ocean to be still. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus made it brutally simple. Some things are up to us, and some things are not. Your energy is a finite, precious resource. Spending it on things you can't control is the fastest way to burn out. Let's try a hack I call sorting the mental laundry. Grab a piece of paper and draw 2 columns. On the left, write "my control." On the right, "not my control." Now, take that big, messy worry that's been consuming you. Let's say it's a job interview. Start sorting. The questions the interviewer will ask: not your control. Their mood that day? Not your control. How many other people applied? Definitely not your control. What's in your column? Your preparation, the research you do, the clothes you choose to wear, the effort you put into your answers, your mindset going in. That's it. Pour every ounce of your energy into your column. Let the rest go. It feels like setting down a 100-pound backpack you didn't even know you were carrying. I have a friend who used to get sick with anxiety before every first date. He'd obsess over whether the other person would like him. He started sorting the laundry. He realized he couldn't control their attraction, but he could control being a good listener, being on time, and being himself. His anxiety didn't vanish, but it no longer ran the show. He was focused on his part of the dance. Our minds have a fantastic feature: a built-in storyteller. The problem is, this storyteller loves drama. It takes a small, uncertain event and turns it into a fire-breathing dragon. Your boss says, "I need to see you," and your inner storyteller instantly writes a 3-act tragedy about you getting fired and becoming homeless. The Stoics knew this. Their solution was to starve the storyteller of drama. Describe things without judgment, as if you were a camera. See events for what they are, not the horror story you layer on top of them. Here's the practical hack: the objective stripper. Take the thought that's causing you pain and strip it of all adjectives and interpretations. Write it down. Instead of, I completely bombed that presentation. Everyone thinks I'm an idiot, and my career is over. Try this. I spoke for 10 minutes. During my speech, I stumbled on my words twice. A few people were looking at their phones. See the difference? One is a monster. The other is a set of observable facts. It's a gecko, not a dragon. It's manageable. You can't fight a monster, but you can certainly deal with a few facts. A young coder I know was terrified of getting feedback on his first major project. He was sure they were going to tear it apart. He tried this. Instead of they're going to hate it, he reframed it as, I will receive a list of suggestions for improvement. This mental shift turned a terrifying judgment day into a simple, productive part of the process. He defanged the monster. We're halfway through and I'm curious. This stuff is a practice, not a perfect science. What's the one thought that tends to hijack your peace the most? If you feel comfortable, share it down below. Let's see how common these thought monsters really are. No judgment here, only community. Anxiety lives in the future. Regret lives in the past. But peace? Peace lives right here in the present. One of the most powerful Stoic tools for silencing emotional noise is to play with your perception of time. To realize how small most of our daily dramas are in the grand scheme of things. This is the idea of memento mori, or remember you will die. Not to be morbid, but to be liberated. The insight is simple. This too shall pass. Most of what sets your heart racing today will be forgotten dust in a year. Using this perspective isn't cynical. It's a powerful dose of reality that calms the nervous system. Let's try a hack for this, the 5-year test. When you are caught in a storm of worry about something, a mistake, a conflict, a failure, pause, take a breath, and ask yourself with genuine curiosity, in 5 years, will I even remember this happened? Will it have any real bearing on my life? What about in 5 months? Or 5 weeks? Suddenly, the embarrassing thing you said at a party shrinks. That C+ on an exam becomes what it is, a single data point in a long life. You're essentially hopping into a reverse time machine, looking back at your present-day self from the future, and giving yourself a calming pat on the shoulder. I once missed a flight for a vacation I had saved up for all year. I was standing at the gate, consumed by a hot wave of fury and self-blame. Then, in a moment of clarity, I asked the question, in 5 years, would this ruined day matter? No, it would be a funny story. That simple thought allowed me to take a breath, rebook a very expensive flight, and salvage the trip without letting the monster of regret chew up my vacation before it even started. Our brains evolved for survival, which means they are made of Velcro for negative experiences and Teflon for positive ones. It's called the negativity bias. We can have 100 good things happen in a day, but we will lie awake at night obsessing over the one critical comment. The Stoics countered this with a practice that actively rewires the brain. Appreciate what you have right now, as if it could be taken away at any moment. Gratitude isn't just a nice feeling. It's a powerful filter that changes what you see. Here's the hack: negative visualization. This sounds counterintuitive, but stick with me. For just 60 seconds, close your eyes and imagine your life without something you take for granted. Could be your morning coffee. Could be your health. Could be the friend you text every day. Genuinely imagine that loss for a moment. Feel the space it would leave. Now open your eyes and come back to the reality that you do have it. The coffee is there. Your body is working. Your friend is just a text away. That feeling flooding in, that warm, expansive sensation, that is deep, powerful gratitude. It's not just listing 3 good things. It's viscerally reminding yourself of the good that's already here, turning the Teflon into Velcro for the positive. I used to complain endlessly about my noisy neighborhood. Then I tried this. I imagined living somewhere completely isolated, with no sounds of life, no kids playing, no distant music. After that, the sound of my neighbor's terrible garage band practice suddenly felt kind of like life. It was a trade-off I was grateful for. So, when the mental projector clicks on at 3 a.m. tonight, you have a new toolkit. You don't have to be a passive audience to the horror show anymore. Let's do a rapid recap of your new Stoic toolkit. You have the view from the citadel to observe, not absorb. You have sorting the mental laundry to focus your precious energy. You have the power to shrink the monster by stripping away the drama. You have the reverse time machine to put things in perspective. And you have the gratitude filter to rewire your brain for peace. Imagine it. Imagine closing your eyes tonight and feeling quiet. Not an empty quiet, but a calm, grounded stillness. Imagine waking up tomorrow feeling not dread, but a steady confidence, knowing you have the tools to meet the day. This isn't a fantasy, it's a skill, and it's yours to practice. If this conversation was helpful, consider joining our tribe of tranquil minds. Hit subscribe like it's a temple gong, a clear, resonant sound that calls you back to your center. And be sure to ring that notification bell. Think of it as installing your own personal peace alert. Stay calm, stay present, and I'll see you in the next one.